Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the vast expanse of human experience, navigating the intricate tapestry of time and unraveling the mysteries of our collective past. Today, we find ourselves at the threshold of a pivotal moment in history, one that would forever alter the landscape of the ancient world, the Battle of Yarmouk. As we prepare to delve into the complexities of this seminal event, let us first set our gaze upon the horizon of time and trace the precursors that led to this fateful encounter. The stage for the Battle of Yarmouk was set in the early 7th century, a period marked by great upheaval and transformation. The Byzantine Empire, with its capital in Constantinople, had long been the dominant power in the region, but its grip on the Middle East was beginning to loosen. In the year 632 AD, the Prophet Muhammad passed away, leaving behind a nascent Islamic community that would soon spread its influence across the Arabian Peninsula. The Arab armies, fueled by their newfound faith and a desire for conquest, began to push against the borders of the Byzantine Empire. In 633 AD, the Arabs launched a series of campaigns against the Byzantines, capturing key cities such as Damascus and Jerusalem. The Byzantine Emperor, Heraclius, responded to these losses by launching a counterattack, but his efforts were ultimately unsuccessful. The Arabs continued to press their advantage, and in 634 AD, they won a decisive victory at the Battle of Yarmouk, which paved the way for their conquest of Palestine and Syria. As we delve deeper into the historical context of the Battle of Yarmouk, it becomes clear that the conflict was not simply a clash between two armies, but rather a collision of two empires, each with its own distinct culture, language, and traditions. The Byzantines, with their rich legacy of Greek and Roman learning, were pitted against the Arabs, who were fueled by the revolutionary ideology of Islam. The Arab forces were led by skilled commanders such as Khalid ibn al-Walid, a renowned warrior who had fought alongside the Prophet Muhammad himself. The Byzantines, on the other hand, were led by Theodore Trithyrius, a seasoned general who would play a crucial role in the events leading up to the Battle of Yarmouk. As we approach the eve of the battle, the stage is set for a dramatic confrontation between two armies, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. The Arabs are a formidable force, driven by their faith and united in their purpose. The Byzantines, on the other hand, are a more disparate force, comprising soldiers from various ethnic and linguistic backgrounds. The battle will take place in the fertile valley of the Yarmouk River, which flows through the heart of modern-day Jordan. The landscape is dotted with olive groves, vineyards, and small villages, which will provide a backdrop for the bloody conflict that is about to unfold. And so, dear listeners, we have arrived at the threshold of this momentous event, poised on the cusp of a new era that would be forever defined by the outcome of the Battle of Yarmouk. As we prepare to embark on the next leg of our journey, let us pause for a moment and reflect upon the intricate web of circumstances that led us to this point. The drama that is about to unfold is one of human passion, of clashing empires, and of the unyielding pursuit of power. Join me as we step into the heart of this maelstrom and explore the primary events of the Battle of Yarmouk, a tale of heroism, strategy, and the unrelenting march of history. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we're currently immersed in the captivating narrative of the Battle of Yarmouk, a pivotal moment in history that would forever reshape the ancient world. As we delve deeper into the heart of this conflict, we find ourselves in the midst of a dramatic and decisive confrontation between the Arab armies and the Byzantine Empire. The stage for this epic battle was set in the year 636 AD, when the Arab forces, led by the skilled commander Khalid ibn al-Walid, began their march towards the Yarmouk River, a fertile valley nestled in modern-day Jordan. The Byzantines, under the leadership of Theodore Trithyrius, were determined to halt the Arab advance and protect their territories. As the two armies clashed on the plains of Yarmouk, the atmosphere was electric with tension. The Arabs, driven by their unwavering faith and unrelenting passion for conquest, charged forward with a ferocity that would soon become legendary. The Byzantines, bolstered by their rich legacy of military tradition and tactical expertise, stood firm against the Arab onslaught. The battle raged on for several days, with both sides suffering heavy losses. However, it was the Arabs who ultimately gained the upper hand, thanks to their superior mobility and innovative tactics. Khalid ibn al-Walid, a master strategist, had carefully planned his army's deployment, utilizing the terrain to his advantage and exploiting the weaknesses in the Byzantine lines. One of the most significant factors that contributed to the Arab victory was their use of cavalry. The Arabs had developed a unique style of horseback riding, which allowed them to move swiftly and strike with deadly precision. This mobility enabled them to outmaneuver the Byzantines, who were largely infantry-based and slower to respond. As the Byzantine lines began to waver, Khalid ibn al-Walid seized the initiative, launching a series of daring raids that shattered the enemy's morale and cohesion. The Arabs also employed clever tactics, such as feigning retreats and then counterattacking, which further demoralized the Byzantines. The turning point of the battle came when the Arabs captured a strategic hill overlooking the battlefield, which allowed them to rain down arrows and projectiles on the Byzantine forces below. This relentless barrage weakened the Byzantine resolve, and soon their lines began to break. On the fourth day of the battle, the Byzantines launched a desperate counterattack, but it was too little, too late. The Arabs had already gained the upper hand, and they repelled the Byzantine assault with ease. As the dust settled, the Arabs emerged victorious, having inflicted heavy casualties on the Byzantines. The Battle of Yarmouk marked a watershed moment in history, as it signaled the beginning of the end of Byzantine dominance in the Middle East. The Arabs had proven themselves to be a force to be reckoned with, and their victory paved the way for the conquest of Syria, Palestine, and eventually the entire region. As we reflect on this pivotal moment, we're struck by the heroism, strategic brilliance, and unwavering determination that defined the Arab forces. The Battle of Yarmouk was a testament to the power of human ingenuity, adaptability, and the unrelenting pursuit of greatness. And so, dear listeners, as we conclude our exploration of the primary events of the Battle of Yarmouk, we're left with a profound appreciation for the complexities and nuances of this ancient conflict. The drama that unfolded on the plains of Yarmouk was a microcosm of the larger struggle between empires, ideologies, and cultures. As we prepare to embark on the final leg of our journey, let us pause for a moment to reflect on the lasting legacy of the Battle of Yarmouk. The consequences of this conflict would be felt for centuries to come, shaping the course of history in ways both grand and subtle. Join me next as we explore the decline or aftermath and lasting legacy of the Battle of Yarmouk, a tale of transformation, resilience, and the enduring impact of human endeavor. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we've been immersed in the captivating narrative of the Battle of Yarmouk, a pivotal moment in history that would forever reshape the ancient world. As we conclude our exploration of this conflict, we find ourselves in the aftermath of the battle, where the consequences of the Arab victory would be felt for centuries to come. The Battle of Yarmouk marked the beginning of the end of Byzantine dominance in the Middle East. The Arabs had proven themselves to be a force to be reckoned with, and their victory paved the way for the conquest of Syria, Palestine, and eventually the entire region. The Byzantines, under the leadership of Emperor Heraclius, were forced to retreat from the region, leaving behind a power vacuum that would be filled by the Arabs. In the years following the battle, the Arabs continued their expansion into the Middle East, conquering key cities such as Damascus, Jerusalem, and Antioch. The Byzantines, weakened by their defeat at Yarmouk, were unable to stem the Arab tide, and their territories in the region were gradually eroded. By 638 AD, the Arabs had established a new capital in Damascus, marking the beginning of a new era in Middle Eastern history. The legacy of the Battle of Yarmouk can be seen in the modern-day borders of the Middle East. The conflict marked the beginning of a long period of Arab dominance in the region, which would shape the course of Islamic history and leave a lasting impact on the cultural, linguistic, and religious landscape of the area. The battle also had significant consequences for the Byzantine Empire, which was forced to reorient its priorities towards defending its territories in Europe. One of the most significant consequences of the Battle of Yarmouk was the spread of Islam throughout the Middle East. As the Arabs expanded their territories, they brought with them their faith, language, and culture, which would eventually become the dominant force in the region. The battle marked the beginning of a long period of Islamic expansion, which would take the faith to the farthest reaches of the known world. In conclusion, the Battle of Yarmouk was a pivotal moment in history that had far-reaching consequences for the ancient world. The Arab victory marked the beginning of a new era in Middle Eastern history, one that would be shaped by the spread of Islam and the expansion of Arab territories. As we reflect on this conflict, we're struck by the heroism, strategic brilliance, and unwavering determination that defined the Arab forces. The Battle of Yarmouk was a testament to the power of human ingenuity, adaptability, and the unrelenting pursuit of greatness. As the great historian Ibn Khaldun once said, "The Battle of Yarmouk was a decisive event in the history of the world, for it marked the beginning of the Arab conquests and the spread of Islam." The legacy of this conflict can still be felt today, shaping the course of modern history and serving as a reminder of the enduring impact of human endeavor. And so, dear listeners, our journey through the Battle of Yarmouk comes to an end. We hope that you've enjoyed this exploration of one of history's most pivotal conflicts, and that you'll join us next time on History with Herodotus as we explore more fascinating stories from the ancient world. Until then, farewell. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.